Hello all, this is Kogila, Assistant Professor of Commerce from ADM College for Women, Autonomous, Nagapattinam. In Basics of Accounting subject, I am going to discuss accounting meaning, definition, objectives of accounting, uses of accounting, branches of accounting, and last one is accounting concepts and convention. Before going into accounting meaning and definition, first we have to know what is the purpose of preparing accounting. Every businessman wants to know whether their business is going in a profitable way or not. For this purpose, the accounting data help the organization to know financial position. So let's see meaning and definition of accounting. Accounting is a system of recording. So whenever the transaction is taken place, each and everything has to be recorded, and the recorded information has to be reported in financial terms. The same has to be published to interested parties. Let's see the definition of accounting. According to American Institute of Certified Public Accounts defines, accounting is the art of recording, classifying and summarizing in a significant manner in terms of money, transactions and events, which are in part at least of a financial character and interpreting the results thereof. In short, accounting is a process of recording, summarizing, analyzing and reporting in financial information related to a firm. Next, we will discuss about objectives or functions of accounting. These are all some basic objectives of accounting. The first objective, to keep a permanent record of business transaction. From the meaning itself, we can see accounting is a system of recording. So each and every transaction has to be recorded. So which is help the organization to keep a permanent record of all the business transaction. And next objective, to keep a record of income and expenditure. From the accounting data, we can able to know the clear picture about the income and expenditure. So it is also beneficial for the organization to keep a record related to income and expenditure. And third objective, to keep a record of assets and liabilities. From the final accounts itself, we can able to get assets and liabilities for a particular period. So it is also, obviously, it is also help the organization to keep a record related to assets and liabilities. And fourth objective, to exercise control over expenditure of business. So accounting data clearly depicts the financial position as well as the real facts about the organization, which is help the management to have a control over the unwanted expenditure. And last objective, to communicate the results to various parties. Normally, the accounting data required by variety of people. So it is also help the organization to communication related to owners, investors, employees, government, etc. Users of accounting information. The accounting information is required by variety of people. The users of accounting information is broadly categorized into two. One is internal users and another one is external users. The internal users are from inside of the organization. It includes owners, management and employees. And the external users are from outside of the organization. They are from creditors, investors, government and customers, etc. We'll discuss about branches of accounting or classification of accounting. The accounting data can be broadly categorized into three. One is financial accounting, second one is management accounting, and last one is cost accounting. First we will see what is financial accounting. The purpose of preparing financial accounting is to ascertain a business profit of an organization. So from financial accounting, we can know the financial position of an organization. Next. Management accounting, next classification. Management accounting is nothing but it is an application of accounting principles and knowledge. in order to take a better management decision as well as the solve management problems. And third classification is cost accounting. The purpose of preparing cost accounting is to record actual expenditure incurred for a particular product or services and analyze the cost involved so as to which help the management to minimize cost in the future. And next one is accounting concept and conventions. The generally accepted accounting principles are based for the preparing accounting statements. So these are all the assumptions. These accounting concepts are some basic assumptions and fundamentals to accounting practice. The first concept is cost concept. According to this concept, the asset is valued at which, according to this concept, the value of asset is recorded in the books of account at which it is acquired, that is its cost. For example, if a firm purchase machinery at rupees 1 lakh, the asset would be recorded in the books at 1 lakh even if the market price is increased to 1,10,000. So the cost is the base for all subsequent accounting year. Under the cost concept, we should consider only the cost of an asset and we should simply ignore the market value of an organization. The second concept is dual aspect concept. Okay, the second concept is dual aspect concept. This is the basic concept of accounting. According to this concept, every transaction has two aspects. One is receiving aspect and another one is giving aspect. Therefore, we can say every debit has a corresponding credit and vice versa. Let's see the example. Suppose X started a business with rupees 2 lakh. In this transaction, we can get two kinds of aspect. One is receiving benefit and another one is giving benefit. In receiving benefit, the firm has got an asset worth rupees 2 lakh, that is receiving aspect. And in giving aspect, at the same time, the business is also liable to give to the owner. This is the benefit given. So it is because of this concept, the total equity is always equal to the total asset of the business. In dual aspect concept, this may be expressed in the form of an equation, that is capital equal to total asset minus liability, or total asset equal to capital plus liability, or total asset equal to total liability. And third concept is realization concept. According to this concept, revenue is recognized when a sale is made or a service is rendered to customer, whether it is a cash sale or a credit sale or an installment sale. Okay, let's see the example. Suppose if a firm transfer or sell goods in March and receive cash in May, the revenue will be considered as earned or realized in March when the goods were transferred. Under realization concept, whenever the sale or transfer taken place, that point itself we can realize the revenue. So the realization concept is also known as revenue realization concept. And next one is matching concept. According to this concept, cost or expenses of a business for a particular period are matched or compared with the revenue of that period in order to, which is help the organization to ascertain the net profit or loss of an organization. So if the revenue is earned more than the cost, the result would be net profit of an organization. If the cost is more than the revenue, the difference, the firm suffers a net loss. And next concept is objectivity concept. So under this concept, each and every transaction has to be supported with some documentary evidences such as voucher, receipts, invoice are required to record the financial transaction. So the accounting data should be verifiable and free from personal biases of the accountant. And next we will discuss about accounting conventions or doctrine of accounts. So accounting conventions are the customs and tradition which guide the accountant while preparing accounting statements. The first convention is convention of consistency. This convention follows that the basics followed in several accounting periods should be consistent. Okay, suppose the firm follows any kind of methods or techniques that should be followed throughout the year or for a subsequent years. Let's see the example. Suppose if your firm uses written down value method for depreciating their assets, that same method should be followed throughout the subsequent years. And next one is convention of conservatism. This is the convention of caution or playing safe which is followed while preparing the financial statement. Under the convention of conservatism, the firm has to provide all possible losses and they should not consider or simply ignore the all future probable profits. So conservatism is the defensive accounting mechanism against uncertainty and risk. The valuation of stock on cost price or market price, whichever is less, is also based on the convention of conservatism. And third one, convention of materiality. According to this convention, only material or important facts about the business are to be disclosed through financial statement. So only important information should be included in the financial report. All other unimportant or less important information should be either totally ignored or recorded as footnotes or merged with important items. And next convention is convention of full disclosure. The objective of accounting is to provide true and accurate information. Hence, accounting records and statements should be honest and informative. Thus, the convention of disclosure requires that accounts and statements should disclose all the information needed for users in a meaningful and clear manner.